Okay, my YouTube family, welcome back to another video. Today's May 1st and we are here to see another month. Seems like just yesterday that 2025 started and here we are at the 5th month of the year already. So today I really needed to speak to us. And it includes those of us returning to this small island, Jamaica, as well. Because the airwaves are so filled with so much of the negatives. You really don't see good things highlighted. You know, you see so many thumbnails with the bad, ugly things, and it gives you the chills sometimes because you're looking like, you know, how can this place be so bad? But then, for most of us, when we step back, and when I came home here a couple of years ago, and we stayed in Iron Shore area, we went down to the supermarket, and people were living like you are living in a space with the cameras and the electric gate and the, you know, all the other things to keep you safe. But then when you step out there, because when you hear about the amount of killings and the amount of things going on, it's like people are living in deathly fear every day. But then we went down to, at least to get off at the airport, and the hustle and the bustle just continues. People are just moving. And we went down to the supermarket, and nice, clean, well stocked. You could see that they are doing it for those foreign people coming home, because there was so much foreign goods in there, but the aisles were neatly stacked. It was so beautiful. People are shopping. There is no cowering in a corner, you know. And so we started to look for a place here and to see how we could navigate to be back home, and the fears are still there, because the robbings, people holding up people, taking what they have, they grab their phones, they do all these kind of things. It's still prominent. It's still there, you know. But there are good people in the midst of all of this, and I'm going to highlight. I'm going to give a shout out to a couple of people abroad. And then I want to focus on one person here in Jamaica from personal experience. So last week, Monday, I reached out to Voya. If you know what Voya is, it's a retirement thing you can do. It's a 403 for retirement. And was having a conversation with them, but they claimed that even though I'm retired, my school didn't, HR did not have a separation date for me there. I said, but it's over a year, and you know, they don't have a separation date. So anyhow, they put in. It's so funny that the guy who I spoke to had my last name. His family is his mom's family. No, his mom has my last name, and the family comes from the Newmarket area in St. Elizabeth. It was way too coincidental, too funny. Just the same with the realtor when we came here. The realtor we work with is a young man living in St. Anne who has my last name, and who grew up went to the same school I went to as a young child, knew my aunt and my family up there in Springfield, St. Elizabeth, went to the same Seventh-day Adventist church that my family went to. It was hilarious. And so it was funny. We got this guy and what have you, and he put in the thing, so they would have got the process for the school district to show my separation date from them. I waited until Friday. And when I called on Friday, they said they didn't hear anything. So I called them on Monday. I said, okay, maybe things clear up on Friday or so. So I called, was it Monday? I called Tuesday. And when I called them on Tuesday, they said nothing. Nothing came in. My people, yesterday, I decided to reach out to my the HR people. Sent an email, and within a minute, I got a response. There was a response from the person I sent it to. And so I'm gonna say big shout out to you, Miss Jessica Richardson. Very efficient, very, very efficient. She didn't just sit around and doodle and, she sent it immediately to the people who take care of that thing. Within 5 minutes or less, I got a response from Miss Nicole. Miss Nicole, hats off to you as well. Big shout out to you guys for the efficient way you handled my situation yesterday. Miss Nicole didn't only resend the verification date, she followed up with the company, with Voya, to make sure that Voya updated the information. She reached back out in the evening. She says, they received it. They just didn't update it in their system. But she says, Miss Beverly, I stayed with them and made sure that it's now updated in their system. So as I decided to do this video, I have to just stop and to give a shout out for this, because a lot of people, when they know you're not around, they just drag their feet. And listen, every time I pick up the phone and call, I kept my number from up there. And each time I have to use that number and call direct, it's 25 cents per minute. So you just imagine when you call a company that you have to go through the robot system before you can even speak to somebody, how long they hold you and how much my phone bill is going to be. I see some phone bills, $180 something, $216. Because every time I have to do business up there, I have to use my American phone number, and it is costly. That's one thing when you're coming home you have to remember. I will speak about that in another video. So that was taken care of, and I give thanks. But I also have to mention Mr. Kopi. Mr. Kopi, I don't know him, never knew him. I only know of him when I decided that Kayla needed to be picked up for school and dropped back off from school. The person that was recommended to me said, no, I don't have any kids in that school anymore, so I'm not picking up kids from that school. I said, yeesh. But then his name was mentioned, and he said yes, and we met at the school the first day. Remember I talked about him when Kayla bit his daughter. That was in the first few weeks of school, or the second week of school. Kayla bit his daughter because Kayla loves to play. She wants to play. And when the kid refused to play with her, she bit her hand. No. She bit her hand, and I was worried because I was expecting the parent to come, because the teacher told me that when she said to me, the parent is the guy who carries them, the driver. I said, oh my God. But when he came so calmly. He said, I went down the evening to apologize for what Kayla did, and for Kayla had apologized at school as well, and to speak to, and he said to me, Miss Bev, they're children. They're children. It could have been my daughter who bit your daughter, your granddaughter. And I just shook his hand. I was just so surprised, because we get the sense that everybody's so angry, and so bitter, and I was afraid that it would have become something even bigger. And when he said that to me, I was so thankful. And when I shared it here with you guys, I remembered Miss Elizabeth, Dr. Elizabeth Clark. She sent funds to give to the little girl, just to buy ice cream. And he, in turn, he says, I don't want to be on camera, but he was so thankful. And he says, her birthday is coming up. I will definitely buy her something nice for her birthday. And it went on that he did a video for me, a short video, as I was asking for donation for the scholarship fund. And he was saying to me, Miss Bev, you've done so much for the school, you and your platform. And he said, one of the things that we really need is to have the center open again so that children can have a place to go in the summer or even after school in the evenings. So the conversation I had with him was, you know what? Let's see how many kids pass the PEP. We're looking to sponsor 10 because that's what I asked for. But if we have any overage, then I would go to the hardware store and help to donate some of the things that you needed. He said the zinc to cover the roof. But the roof, when I look at the video, the roof, somebody just needs to go in and sort it out and see how many zinc are good, because the hurricane took off the roof, but some of the zinc looks like they can still be used, and then it would have been a few more sheets of zinc and some paint. That's what I think it needs, the paint, and to have somebody just burn down the bushes around it. So I told him if anything is left, I'd definitely support. So he did a video. I have to look for that video again and to see, because I did upload the video in another video that I did. And that's all he asked. He says, I would really love that. And I said, how are we going to do it though? Because it needs somebody there who would be able to open it up to make sure it's clean. If they're selling any little thing over there or having, it said he would have a meeting and have all of that taken care of with the mayor and everybody else involved. Okay, fine. Because he said it could also bring in its own, it could maintain itself after it's fixed up, because they could have, what you call it? What you call them? People doing things in the community could use the space, could pay a fee and use the space. All right. So it comes on to one morning I got up and heard a very disturbing voice note. Because we're in a family group, all the people who uses the kids' services, and it wasn't an easy voice note, because he's taking up these kids, he's bringing them home. I appreciate him. I so truly appreciate him, because I don't like to be on the road, and to get up every morning to bring Kayla up to the main road is a hill to go, and then that would be fine for the exercise for me. If my back allowed me to do it every morning. But to get on the transportation to get her to the school gate, to the schoolyard, and then to come back, it would be too much for me. And as I said, I don't like the road, I don't like how they drive at all. So with him, I feel by God's grace, that it's a big help. And when I heard the message, it was painful, because here it was Monday morning, and he's saying that he doesn't have his own bus. And believe me, people, I know they call me Mother Teresa, I think I can fix it. I can't fix everything. But what I like to see people trying. That's what I like. I don't want to give people Clarks and this and that, and I don't even want to give people a bed to sleep on, because I feel like some people feel like me and my kids are sleep on the same bed. That's no problem. That's no problem. You and the kids sleep on the same bed, it's okay. Sometimes it's because we have our own bed and our own room where we get the heap of picking them, because we have space to bring in a next person, and you get pregnant and them gone again, and you end up with too many kids and not able to manage. So for me, I am reluctant. If you want chickens, I'm gonna help. If I don't know how much I can help anymore, but those are the things that excite me. People who want something so they can replenish and build, and so they don't have to ask. I like people who want to learn how to fish, or they want the equipment to fish so they can catch their own fish. And so he needs a bus so badly, but he doesn't have enough to pay down at the bank so he could get a loan out and work and pay off the loan. He's trying to save that, but again, he needs to collect, he says, 120,000 for the month. But when you look at how much to come out of that 120, you have $25,000 worth of gas for the month for run the vehicle. You have the person to be paid 25,000. That's 50,000. And then if him live somewhere, him have him kids to take care of. Him have light bill for pay, gas bill for pay, food for eat. It is tough. And to save something out of that, I'm going to buy a vehicle. That's why taking him so long to even have the down payment to get his own vehicle. If I had the money, I would definitely help him. And I don't know, I want to put it out there and ask you guys, but I don't know who would want to, I don't know how or what to do to even garner up even, say, 2,000 or 3,000 so he could just go. I go with him so I see that the money, he'll show the receipt when he's done, that it's done and he could get his own vehicle. And because, let me tell you why I'm saying that, guys. Listen to the end of the video, because I'm telling you, this thing touches me. So when I saw what he did when Kayla bit his daughter, then one morning I gave Kayla her money for school. I didn't address the teacher. I just wrote a note how much was enclosed for her hot lunch, 2,000, and her after school, 1,200. And so the 3,200 was folded in a yellow paper with a note on it, and Kayla dropped it in the bus or somewhere and went inside and went. He found the note, didn't know who it belonged to. There was no name. And you know what he did? He didn't keep it, people. He didn't keep it at all. He sent a voice note in the family chat, and he says, and he took a picture of the note. He said, I don't know who this belongs to or what, but I found it in the bus with 3,200. And I said, my God. I reached out to him. I said, that's Kayla. It's for her teacher. And Kayla was able to get back the money and pay for her lunch and her after school. So that's the second time that gives me that good feeling about this human being. But this last thing here, I tell you, it made me just know from my heart that if I had it, I would just help him. Just help him. The lady from the UK, Lady K from the UK, that she and I have been collaborating, she donates a lot. Ernestina is the mother. And they donate a lot to whatever charity thing I'm doing. They have always donated a lot to it. And Lady K, after they gave $280, she continued to still donate. So she gave, after the $280, she still gave $120 more over the $280 that they already given. So I'm going to update the posting to reflect that extra $120. Now, when I heard him reaching out again when school was supposed to start back, he sent a message out and said, boy, it's a Sunday night, said, if you don't have the money, don't send the kids, because I'm not going to bring the kid. I need the money to be paid up because so many people owe money. 120 to be collected. He collecting 19,000. That is tough. So it seems like people still have not gotten up to par. And he again reached out right before school reopened the other day after the break. And he begged, he said, please, this is how I eat. This is how I pay the bills. The bus is not mine. I have to pay for it. Please come up with the money. You have to come up with this money. You cannot keep owing, because I need to do what I need to do too. and he's pleading and making empty threats because he said, Miss Bev, I'm not going to turn these kids back. So I spoke to Lady K from the UK, and I said, there's a way we could even help some of the parents with more than one kid just square up, just get back on track, and then with this off their plate, they can start building again. They can start from scratch to give back, to pay the bill every Friday. And Lady K, she gave me some ideas, what needs we can do, and she said, yes, go ahead. We have 33,000 over the sponsorship, and so we could use that she has been sending, and my brother sent another 100. So we have 33,000. And she said, okay, go ahead. Fine, I reached out to the guy. We had a long conversation, and we decided that the people with multiple kids, he said one mother has 3 children going out, and he said school started and the kids didn't even they're going to school without their books to work in school in. Going to school, she couldn't even afford the textbooks for kids. 3 kids, just imagine. 3 kids to feed, to clothe, to send to school, pay bus fare. And so the bus fare is the thing that is suffering. She owed a lot of money, over 28,000. She can't catch up. 3 kids. 3 threes and 9. I don't know if she got a discount because 3 of them. But just know it's a lot. So we decided we would help her partially. We wouldn't be able to just give her all of the 20-something thousand. We'd give, and then we'd look at, he said when he get his book, he would look to see which other parent had more than one. He would let me know. So that was Monday. Tuesday, I didn't hear anything. Yesterday, I said to him, I don't understand you. You're supposed to reach out to me regarding the parents to get the money, how they're going to get it. I will need receipt, because people don't want to go on camera to let anybody know that they're getting, I think too, they want their safety, their thing. So that's fine, but I wouldn't like a receipt when the money is exchanged, and what have you. So he said yesterday morning when he came, and I said, I don't understand you, you never got back to me. And he said, I'm going to call you, Miss Bev. Picked up Kayla, he drove away, he called. And you know what this man said to me? He said, Miss Bev, you know what? I see this mother in particular. She's sending out 3 kids. Every day they go to school. And yes, they owe the money. But you know what? A lot of them did come through and pay up their money. So it's not so overwhelming like before. Like, they have paid, and the week off from school give them a chance to catch up some. So he said, instead of me taking that money, Miss Bev, if you could find a way to help her when for the school to back to school, to help even buy some of the textbooks, Miss Bev, that would be so much better for me. Can you imagine that? He was a craven and take it, and then he says, Miss Bev, if you could help the mother to get some of the textbooks for school, for back to school next year, he said, I would appreciate that more. Who could it be but God himself? And I just prayed for God to open them doors so he could be able to buy that dream. The one dream he has is to get a bus for himself. That's all he wants, to get a bus for himself. Because he said, Miss Bev, I know if I have my own bus, the money to pay somebody to use their vehicle, I wouldn't have to pay it. So that's money I could help a parent with. So he said, if I get my own bus, it's different. It would be different. And I said, son, he's young. I think he's 41. I said, son, I pray for God to just open the door for you so you will be able to get that bus. I pray for God even to get the down payment. So the money you're paying, instead of giving it away, the money you paid to the person, you could use it as a payment for your bus each month. And I genuinely pray. And Mr. Kopi, hats off to you. Because you could have grabbed that money. 33,000 in Jamaica is nothing to sneeze at. It's it's your month's gas plus. But it wasn't craven, sir. I like that you looked out for somebody. You said, put it. So we reached out. I got the information for the mother. And so she'll get a voucher in June. She won't get it now, but she knows. She'll get it in June when the award ceremony is taking place and the other kids are getting their stipend. She would come forward and get a stipend as well to help her children. Even the one, she has one boy who might be going out to high school, maybe a comprehensive high school, but he won't be on the bus anymore. But he said even him, to have the books he will need for school, it would mean a lot to him. So we earmarking that 33,000 that from the scholarship fund that will go to that parent to help. It's still supporting the children. So to God be the glory, guys. I'm telling you, let's pray for one another. Let's pray for Mr. Kopi. I know you might not have the money to contribute, but if you have it, please help me help him. Because believe me, if I wasn't retired and I had it like that, I wouldn't even ask anyone. I would just quietly give him a voucher or something, a bank, something from the bank or something, so he could go in and pay down for his vehicle. Each one helps one. We cannot bring anything with us. And, sometimes I look at some things, even for myself. We have these big houses and fully furnished. I sometimes not like myself too much because I looked at where before I moved back here, and I looked at how much I had in that house, how much space we had in that house, wasting, nobody using it. It's just we had it. We just had it. So much space, so much stuff. 3 living room sets, how many dining, too much. You have the dining table, well, yeah, when the kids came over, yeah, we used the big table. But how often do we sit at that big table? Because we had another dining set, we had another nice set in the kitchen that was beautiful and but so much. And sometimes I feel sorry because I know that these are material things and they're just vanity of vanities and just fixation of the spirit. We have so much wasting. We don't need it. We can use it. We'll never use it. I had a TV in every room except the kitchen and the bathrooms. Every room has a TV. All the shoes that I've never touched. I looked at my 2 shoe cabinets and I'm looking back and I'm saying, dear God, blessed I was when I came here and I found somebody who her feet just fit right in and she needed it, because I'm telling you, God works in mysterious ways, but his wonders do perform. I was so thankful to him when I came here and see that, God, thank you. I found people who can use stuff, who can genuinely use it, who have young people who it's a blessing for them. I feel so good inside. I came here, I had 3 huge suitcases sitting there with stuff I've never looked at. I don't remember what was in there because I don't need them. And God had it, so we're able to go through. And guys, now down to just 2 suitcases, and guess what's in one of them? The sheets and the pillowcases and stuff. That's what's in one of them. The trunk that had so much stuff, we emptied out the trunk. Everything. I said, God, thank you, because they went to people who can use them. So I'm just saying, guys, sometimes we have so much and we don't need it. And I'm going to read a thing. I'm going to do a reflection on a story I read this morning. Shared it with my daughter and my son. And my daughter was laughing. She said, Mommy, I was reading the same thing this morning. I was reading the same thing. So we're going to talk about how you can use those things to make money. I never thought of making money. I'm not the selling type. If I buy something and it doesn't work, I just find somebody who can work for. But being retired and sitting bored, even though I'm writing my book, it's one thing, but we'll talk again. If you can be good, be careful, walk good, do good. Watch the videos, guys. Share them out, guys. Let them go viral. Because you know what? When I look at some things and I see people give so many views and I'm saying, what was the encouragement? What was the upliftment or the... I just don't understand it. But I guess that's how it works. People want to see what they see and they like what they like, and that's how it is. But one day God will take my channel and put it up, to where I can manage it. He's not going to give me more than I can handle. He's giving it to me in drips and drips, and a little drip is better than no drip at all. Because God knows what I can handle, I guess. So, take care, guys. If you can help, reach out to Mr. Kopi. I don't want to overburden anyone with this asking. We got the scholarship fund. We got to the goal. I know there are some more people. And if you still want to give to the scholarship fund, go right ahead, guys, and contribute to the scholarship fund. We have CashApp, we have PayPal, we have Zelle, we have, so if you and you have the Blessing Soup Kitchen, the Blessing Soup Kitchen GoFundMe is still there, and that's how the UK family donate to that, but earmark the funds for this scholarship fund. So either way you can support, guys, keep supporting, because somebody will benefit from it. Make it a great day by choice, with love and peace and blessings and safety. May God grant you all of those things.